Next job, unload all the timber from the van. There's space so I can get through here with all the wood without denting, scratching, beautiful paint finish on this thing. And then we've got to build some stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching or joining. This is very late in the morning, 9:30. Are you helping? Are you helping? You guys helping? Yes, thank you, thank you. Let's go fetch some wood. You guys helping? Hey, are you helping?
You got some wood, right? What you got? Fetch.
Looks like it's already started. So, door hinge. Door doesn't open. Listen to that. Then you open up and you see, aha, a little bit of rust, paint and whatever else. So you bring white lithium grease, easy as that. You spray a bit there. Well, let's see if it really wants to spray or not. Damn. Why is this thing not spraying? Oh, there we go. Wrong space, but there you go. Same up there, just do them. Might as well do the whole lot of them. Bit messy, but let's see. So that's what we got. Probably needs a bit more. Let's give it some more. What a bloody mess. But I'd rather have it messy and functioning than not. There you go, it's gone quieter already. I think it just needs to spread around that little roller that's down there. The other thing I noticed about this car is just how incredibly good the plastics are. Because that is one of my biggest concerns, because these things are known that their plastics don't do very well. I'd love to change the steering wheel. Why? Because it's skinny, so I might just get a nice steering wheel cover for it. In the meantime, let's see how these are. These are actually good, but I'm still going to give them a gloop of silicone grease. A little bit at the top. Definitely on the bottom, on the roller. I'm sure the car will thank me later. One hopes. Bit more down there. There we go. And then I suspect I can't get in the other side because it's a bit tight. It's funny, eh? You do all these things. Probably not that clever. I'm going to put the camera down and see if I can get in there by myself. And suddenly we have frost. Let's see if we can get the gate open. The other gate was actually, look at that, the frost on top of the gates. See if we can get this gate open. That's the easy part. Obviously need to see if this car will start. So the plan, put a big magnet down there to hold the gate open. That's not a bad thing. Right, and then go around, because I've got no idea if this car's heating system works, but you can see a little bit of frost. Much fun. Alright, I'm going to pause this for a moment and then we'll see if we can get this thing started. Alright, let's see if this car starts. Sounds lovely. We'll just see whether it actually performs any form of defrosting function. Well, the rear demister is working, minus one little stripe. That's good. I'm happy with that. Now we just got to wait to see whether the front windscreen gets any form of service. Craig's running around moving cars around, because I won't get that through that little gap there. This is good news. Not too bothered about these. Scrape them. Front windscreen. Yep, it's happening. There is some action. good. So I'll just give it a couple of minutes to warm up a bit, and then we'll be good. I think this is going to make me a lot happier than I'm anticipating this car. And sat nav, here we go, 6 minutes to go. Let's see. And we're off. Right, this car has absolutely pleasantly surprised me. I think that's probably the nicest way of saying it, or the right way to say it. I've now done about 160 miles, I guess, in total since picking it up. Just on my way to go and meet up with some guy, Andy, from one of the forums. Yeah, Steve, who sold the car to me, told me that the car was as smooth as syrup. So, you know, in his view, that's how he got it, because he used it as a motorway kind of, I suppose, a mile muncher, you could call it, as a commuter, as a daily, but he was doing 700-800 miles a week. So if ever, that would be a decent kind of test or check or way to gauge and judge whether this vehicle's actually doing what it's supposed to do. But it is comfortable, it's quiet. I overtook a camper van earlier on this morning, and it was on a slight uphill but long and open, and I just put my foot down and it just accelerated and went. You know, so it's interesting how these vehicles sometimes are built to do exactly that, to mostly cruise really, really at a leisurely, comfortable kind of a, I don't want to say a pace, but just to cruise nicely.
Speed camera ahead.
And to deliver. What are we doing? 60 miles in a 50 zone. May as well slow down a bit.
Entering average speed check.
There we go, average speed checks. Welcome to England. We will get prosecuted for not being prosecuted. Any excuse to make money, to tax us on the roads, anywhere. You are so controlled by cameras and observation. And if there's not a camera, there'll be some idiot who will report you because they feel that they have a duty. And I understand the basic premise, but at times it really drives me nuts that people can't mind their own business to some extent. But then that shows you that I'm not a
21-year-old anymore. I get irate when it comes to some of the stuff that people do. But back to the car. Really comfortable.
In half a mile.
It'll be
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
It'll be interesting to see what the actual fuel consumption is by the time I get home, because collecting was 45 miles, and then usually the shortest route home is 205 miles, but I'm doing some detouring today. I might even do a slightly different detour or another detour in a bit, and all of that really comes
At the
together.
roundabout, take the second exit onto A5 towards London.
Everyone's shouting at me, keep straight. Let me just make sure I do this right. Don't cut anyone off. These roundabouts are interesting. There we go.
Exiting average speed check.
So, going straight, continuing.
Entering average
Road.
speed check.
No more average speed checking. Right. So, back to the car. Really comfortable. It has very small rear view mirrors.
Turn right onto Eastern Way.
And one of the things with that is actually keeping an eye open the whole time in the side mirrors, because the main rear view mirror is missing at the moment. I actually have one at home that I'll fit, but it is kind of dangerous, possibly frustrating, you could call it, but not having decent sized rear view mirrors that we've gotten used to with modern cars is noticeable. The other side of the same coin for me personally is that I can at least get this vehicle off the road. I will see when I get home whether the mirrors scrape down my alleyway, because I have a very narrow access to my property, and I want this down the bottom of the property in the garage so I can mess with it, work on it, do whatever I'm kind of planning and intending to do. It's all foggy outside now suddenly. That's quite interesting. The weather conditions have changed and are changing. This morning left home was definitely below freezing.
In half a mile, turn right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz. Things are quite a long
To the head.
It's on public transport.
Sorry, that's
no
the
service on London.
radio service telling me what's going on.
That's because of a faulty train. And buses run instead of trains on London North Western between Milton Keynes Central and Northampton. That's also because of
Just gotta
engineering
keep an
works.
eye on
That's
this,
off now.
200
It's
yards.
now, so we're not able to
Turning off.
Counties on 0808.
So, let's see.
Liz Flower.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Turn right onto Eastern Way.
Right, shut up. This is where we're turning. On a blind rise. I hate them because they can be really deceptive and get you into a lot of trouble.
Exiting average speed check.
There you go. Going down this lane. Back on the road.
In 3.6 miles, keep left A5 towards London.
And then I see hazard lights and I see traffic backed up to Wollongong. Either something's broken down or there's been an accident. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. This is roadworks. Deal with that. Well, don't want to speak too soon. Made 210 miles from Craig so far. Another 7 miles to get home, but I had to stop to get some bread and milk and food. And some chicken for George, because George will be pissed at me for having been away for 4 days. He's a cat and he doesn't understand or care that I have other things to do as well. It's all good and well for him to disappear for a couple of days at a time, but I'm not allowed to go, so I thought I'd get him some chicken to apologize. Did I mention this is the second time I've brought home an American car on Old Year's Eve? I'm not sure why. This is one of those things. I was looking in the car park just now at the size of the car relative to the car parking spaces, and actually it's probably a touch smaller than I, for some reason, would have anticipated, based just on the paint on the tarmac. But at the same time, you think, generally speaking, these cars are so much bigger than the cars that we have out here in Europe. So yeah, head home now via gas station, fill up, see if I can get some kind of an estimate of what my fuel consumption was here. I did fill it right up into the neck the other day, so 210, maybe not quite 15, 203, 4, 5 miles, whatever it's going to be when I get to the point where I fill it up properly. Kind of means that I can do a reasonable calculation. Most of it's open road, but at times this engine worked a bit more than it would if you were just cruising. So I feel it's a comfortable and a reasonable comparison to the mileage that you'd expect. Saying that, obviously city driving is always going to be a bit heavy. Another one of the local council's favourite money-making rackets. You have this intersection, if you're stationary in it, especially in the yellow box zone. See now, this dipshit comes through here on a red light, and because of them, you can never take a chance of actually going through right at the end of the cycle. And then everybody has to park right up each other's asses. See, look, dumbass. Another one. That side. People can be so stupidly inconsiderate and just stupid the way they drive. See, at this point you've got to then jump across the light, otherwise you'll sit there for a few intersection kind of changeovers. Bitch, moan and gripe. I'm good at that. I try to be sensible and considerate. Live by the motto of life being good. You try and share a little bit of that so that somebody else can think, this guy actually stopped for me to get through an intersection, or he or she helped me fix my day a bit better than what it was a moment ago. And you see so many of these selfish dipshits who just do not understand the concept of community. Why are you in the streets? Go home. temperature outside is, I'm guessing 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. It's turned into a really nice day. For some people up north, Scotland, it was -3 last night. I'm not sure how much it was. Definitely freezing point where I left this morning. Back here, down south, it's always a bit warmer in the south. Things are good. And just like that, made it back home, thankfully. One always worries when you're buying a car with 180,000 miles or 290,000 kilometers on, but here we are, up on the drive next to Pedro's car in front of mine. Car made it. As you can see, people ride a bit fast around here. But I will take the car through tomorrow to the back, if I can get it down this alleyway. It's quite narrow, but I'm trusting that I'll get it down there. Take the Astro van, which is back there, out onto the street, so I can get this in the back there, and then start cleaning it and understanding it and putting it on a lift. I only just found out today that those are the indicators right in the center of the bloody bumper next to the number plates. What a weird place to put an indicator when you're turning here. I'm not sure if there's a potential place to relocate the indicators. Now, one assumes that that was the reverse lights originally, and for licensing they moved them from there, being that red/amber. Red lights are acceptable for indicators in America, but because the UK wants them yellow as turn signals, they moved them into where the reverse lights used to be. So I don't know. I'll see. What I might end up doing is bridging those two and putting a red and an amber in function at the same time. The reverse light over there I don't like, but I've got plans for that, and the fog light on the other side the same. As you can see, paint pretty knackered. We've spoken about that already. All good reasons for me to do stupid stuff with this car. Yeah, excuse the traffic noise. Excuse the traffic noise. There you go. Very pleased that this has made it home with me inside. So yeah, there we go. I keep saying there we go, as if I've got a kid on a bicycle. You can see it's a bit of a tight fit down there. That mirror is certainly not going to make it. We'll figure that one out. Straighten things like the license plate out. Tyres certainly need replacing up front, and I'll need to do quite a bit of work to it. Really thankful that the windscreen is intact as well. That's always a good thing on a foreign car. But enough of that. Time for me to have a coffee